as Wyndham misses high. One 0 and taken for a strike. One and that is going to miss. Wyndham, as you can tell, still kind of has that reliever motion, works from the stretch. Quick delivery as Lopez bounces it down to third base. North has time, and he throws in the dirt, but picked out by Clifford for out number 2.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 6, Jake Hyde.
Here's Jake Hyde. Hyde heating up after that tough start to the season. Now batting .362. Excuse me, .326. Lopez batting .362 coming into the game. Pitch as Hyde takes it inside. One 0. Hyde will hit this one out into left field. It'll drop in for a hit. Wide turn by Hyde, but it'll stay at first base as Gillen gets it in quickly. So Jake Hyde continues to be hot with a 2-out single here in the bottom of the first. That'll bring up Michael Eze, man on base. Eze's had a solid week so far, 3 for 4 with a homer against Maryland. 3 RBI in that game. 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored against UMBC as Eze bounces it up the middle. Shovel to second base, and they call him out. Wow. Hyde was awfully close. Hyde goes and puts the hands up to his ears, mimicking the review, which we don't have today. So out recorded at second base. Hoyas leave one on after one complete, scoreless, Creighton and Georgetown. Jack Gray stands in for Creighton and takes off the inside corner for a ball. And Grace comes in hitting .290. One 0. That misses outside. Count goes to 2-0. Hit out to center field. Bergeron came in, now goes back and makes the grab for the out.
Now batting for Creighton, number 2, Sterling Hayes.
Here's Sterling Hayes. Hayes hitting .284. Kind of getting some extra offense from him than they really expected. As he'll take outside. known as a really good glove man, but started his career at Vanderbilt. Only played there his freshman year, and his second year was the COVID season as he ropes it past Castillo for a hit. Hayes quick out of the box and he'll take the wide turn, and he's on with a one-out single.
Number 22, Hogan Heligzo.
Here's Hogan Heligzo. It's kind of a recurring theme when it comes to this Creighton team. Some guys who they're getting some extra offense out of than they expected. Heligzo, very much so last year, as he shows bunt, pulls it back, takes a strike. Hit 283 last season and really kind of grabbed the catcher's job as a freshman. Local product out of Omaha. Throw over, back in. One. That's inside, and Heligzo bends out of the way of it. Jensen comes home, runner goes, and fouled off. Had a hit and run on. Looked like Hayes got a decent jump there. It's Heligzo protecting and fouls it off. No score here in D.C. Georgetown and Creighton, top of the second inning. Pitch. That's dribbled back to the pitcher. Jensen going to go to first base with it. Gets the out. Moves the runner along as Hayes will stride into second base.
Now batting for Creighton, number 11, Ben North.
Here's Ben North. North, the redshirt freshman out of Woodbury, Minnesota. Blue Jays over the year do well in those central states and really all their sports. As North takes that one high. I know their women's basketball team kind of dominates, getting players kind of from that Minnesota, South Dakota, Iowa footprint. Pull some very good players out of there. Step off and throw. High throw as they grabs it, slaps tag on, but back very safely is Hayes. Looking for Jensen. Hayes gets a good lead at second. Breaking balls high. Count goes to 2-0. Number 9 hitter Tate Gillen on deck. And that misses inside, so now count goes 3-0 to North. North hitting 170 on the season. Does have 2 home runs, so has a little bit of pop. And he's taken all the way for strike one. This game originally scheduled to be 6:30 tonight, Eastern time, but was moved due to the threats of weather. Turf field here at the Nationals Youth Baseball Academy. 3-1 is high. So first walk of the game issued by Jensen.
Now batting for Creighton, number 20, Tate Gillen.
Here comes Tate Gillen. Seemingly a big batter here for Jensen. Creighton want to roll the lineup over to that top. Hoyas want them to do it next inning. Jensen's pitch is going to miss. Wow. Looked pretty good. Goes in Gillen's favor. Gillen, 250 hitter coming in. 3 extra base hits, all doubles, 2 RBI. Jensen steps off, throws again. This time Kretschmar gets it. No tag put on. Tough throw. Luckily, Kretschmar got it. If not, a little bit off line. Might have been heading out to center field. 1-0. That'll miss outside. And Carpelotti's going to go and have a chat with Jensen. Kretschmar coming in too. So right now, Jensen in that first inning couldn't find the put-away pitch. Now he can't find the strike zone. Been pretty solid on the season. But right now, Jensen is struggling. Two-0. That's in there for strike one. Jensen has had just 1 outing over 5 innings this year. That was against Hartford. Pitched well that day, only allowed 1 earned run. Struck out 8. Walks an issue early in this season, and a little later, as of late, as he misses outside. Count goes to 3-1. Good hitters count for Tate Gillen, with Nolan Sailors waiting on deck. Pitch, that's gonna hit him. Off the leg. And Cody Jensen's inning starting to fall apart a little bit. No one's scoring yet, but here comes Creighton's best hitter, and Nolan Sailors. .333 average on the year. 10 doubles, 3 triples, 3 homers. He's knocked in 17. Jensen will work out of the windup. Here's the pitch, and he misses outside. Big series here in the Big East. Both these teams with postseason aspirations. 1-0. Big swing and a miss by Sailors. Going for the downs on that one. Couldn't catch up to it. Here's the 1-1. That misses, and it's gonna hit the batter. So second straight hit by pitch for Cody Jensen. That'll score a run. Sailors gets the RBI as Hayes comes across the plate, and Creighton with a 1-0 lead. This one has the potential to get away from the Hoyas. Jensen can't find a way to get it over the plate and almost hits another batter. Jensen's starting to unravel a little bit. Now George Capon will come out of the dugout, pitching coach for the Hoyas. No action in the Hoya bullpen, as Jensen's going to have to figure this out, but he is getting extremely wild. Hit the last 2 batters and came close to beating Meggs there. Hoyas and the Blue Jays lock up 2 more times this weekend. As of now, game on Saturday, scheduled for 5 p.m., then a noon start on Sunday. Hoyas will then take a couple days off, welcome in Mount St. Mary's, who they lost to. And now Jensen played umpire out there for a while. I'll have to ask him if he was injured. I want to break that up a little quicker, but don't worry about that. So, again, no action in the Hoya pen. And, of course, next week, Hoyas will head up to Storrs to take on UConn. 1-0 pitch, and that will hit him. 3 straight hit batters.
Now batting
RBI for
number
Meggs
24, Nolan
as
Clifford.
North comes in. And now Nolan Clifford comes up. Clifford with home run power as well. Pitch by Jensen. That is in there for strike 1. And right now, Georgetown can get out of this inning. Just a nuisance. Oh, 0-1. That's fouled away. Quickly down 0-2. Hoyas do have some folks headed down to the bullpen. Oh, 2 pitch, and that's going to get way out of the hand of Jensen. Luckily, he was in the other batter's box as Carpellotti had to make the diving stab to keep it from getting to the backstop. Gillen down at third base, Sailors at second, Meggs at first. All have been hit by the pitch. Here's the 1-2, and that is off the outside corner for ball 2. Clifford dropped one in the first inning. Does that now. He'll have 2 RBIs on his ledger. And that one misses. And Jensen now has put himself in a bad spot as the runners will be off on the pitch. Garrett Keogh warming up for the Hoyas as the runners go. And that's fouled away. Yeah, right now, Meggs got a really big jump. Hoyas trying to avoid the big early hole. Runners take off again on the 3-2 pitch, and that misses outside for ball 4.
Now batting for Creighton, number 23, Tyler Lozano.
Here comes Tyler Lozano. And Lozano with 12 home runs for USC last season. Hoyas will shift. First time up, he was a strikeout victim. Pitch from Jensen. That is in there for strike 1. Lozano gives a look back. Didn't like the call necessarily. A 1 breaking ball rocked out to left field. That's going to drop in. At least 2 are going to score. Bowker gets over. He throws it in. And into second base with a 2-run double is Tyler Lozano. Blue Jays with the big inning. They now lead the Hoyas 5-0.
Now batting for Creighton, number 34, Jack Grace.
Here's Jack Grace as the Blue Jays have batted around. Pitch, and Grace hits it out to left field. That's gone. 3-run homer for Jack Grace. And this is, the wheels have come off for the Hoyas here in the second inning. Grace, after the 2-run double by Lozano, a 3-run homer. Now Creighton up 8-0 on Georgetown.
Now batting for Creighton, number 2, Sterling Hayes.
Here's Sterling Hayes. And talking to a lot of college coaches, they just say, look, all college baseball, especially midweek games, this obviously weekend series is Mrs. High. It's about throwing strikes. And so far in this game, Jensen's been his own worst enemy. 1-0. That's in there for a strike. Grace started the inning off, lining out to center field. Pitch as hit down to third base. It's foul. Hayes got on via the single, but got the out at first base. Grounded out to the pitcher, Heligso, and then walked to north, and hit by pitches for Gillen, Sailors, and Meggs. 1-2. That's a swing and a miss. That'll get the Hoyas into the dugout, but not until after Creighton scores 8 runs.
Georgetown 0.
They lead Georgetown 8-0 as we head to the bottom of the second inning. So the Hoyas with the ability to dig out of this hole, but especially you got a lot of innings to do it. Got to get started, though. Christian Ficka, Austin Kretschmar, Andrew Bergeron. As that's going to miss outside. Ryan Wyndham on the mound. Apologize. Technical difficulties early in our broadcast. We'll run through the Hoya lineup after Ficka is done with his at-bat. As that'll miss outside. Wyndham delivers. Ficka hits it out to center field. Not deep enough. Coming in is Sailors, who makes the catch for out number 1. Hoya lineup today. Owen Carpellotti leading off playing catcher. Ubaldo Lopez in the second spot, DHing. Jake Hyde in right field batting third. Michael Eze, cleanup spot, batting second. Christian Ficka, you just saw, he is playing first base, batting fifth. Austin Kretschmar batting sixth, and at shortstop, Andrew Bergeron in the seventh spot, playing center field. Cody Bowker in the left field, batting eighth. Marco Castillo playing third and batting ninth. That pitch is going to miss high from Ryan Wyndham. Wyndham, 6-foot senior right-hander out of Castle Rock, Colorado. Wyndham last time out against Villanova. Very nice outing. A 1-0 pitch as Kretschmar fouls it away. Against the Wildcats, Wyndham tossed 7 innings, allowed no runs, just 4 hits, walked the batter, struck out 6 through only 93 pitches as he's won his last 3 starts. 1-1, that is in there for strike 2. Kretschmar comes into today hitting .269. And he'll hit that one, skies it to left field. And catch made by Gillen for out number 2.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 23, Andrew Bergeron.
So a pair of flyouts for the Hoyas. And out to center field, Bergeron gives it a ride and up against the fence. Sailors makes the catch for the 3rd out of the inning. Hoyas go 1-2-3 after 2 complete. It's Creighton 8, Hoyas nothing. Top of the 3rd. Creighton brings Haligso, North, and Gillen to the plate. Jensen still out there. Ball hit out to Kretschmar at short. Throws over in time for out number 1.
Now batting
Cody
for
Jensen
Creighton,
could
number
use
11, Ben North.
a few of these innings. As I think at this point, Edwin Thompson going to try and get as much length out of his starter as he can. As Ben North coming to the plate. North takes for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That's in the dirt. Early on in conference play. .2-0. That misses up high, so again, Jensen can't find the zone. 8 teams play baseball in the Big East. 4 make the postseason tournament. Pitch. That misses inside. Third walk of the game for Jensen. Add that on to the 3 hit by pitches, and it has been tough. Just 3 hits so far for the Blue Jays. And strike called on Gillen. Pulls it back. Clifford had a single in the first. Just say 4 hits, excuse me. Hayes had a single in the second. 0-1. That misses high and outside. Lozano had the 2-run double in the second before Grace cleared the bases with a 3-run homer. Throw over, and diving back in is North. Only the Hoyas and Villanova have played 2 series so far, everybody else with 1. Right now, Georgetown in 5th place at 3-3. Up the middle, off the backside of Jensen. He is going to be limping, and everyone's safe. So a tough day made tougher for Cody Jensen as he caught that one right off the hip. Single for Gillen. As Castillo had no play. I think he's pointing at his buttock, so maybe got lucky there that didn't catch it off any bone. Jensen going to get a few warm-up pitches, make sure he's good to go. Umpires today. Craig Alden behind the plate. Jeffrey Arthur down at first base. Mike Serra at third. So back to the top of the lineup and Nolan Sailors. Lefty batter. Pitch. That misses outside. Tough day at the office so far for Cody Jensen. The wildness, the issue. 1-0 pitch. That's going to be bounced to Eze at second base, and he'll get no play. High bouncer was trying to grab it, I think maybe make the tag, didn't make the catch, and an error on the second baseman.
Now batting for Creighton,
and now 3, bases loaded for the Blue Jays, and just 1 out. Here's the pitch to Meggs, and he'll foul this one off. If the Hoyas really want any shot at staying in this game, they're going to try and find their way out of this inning without a lot of damage. Blue Jays just too solid when it comes to pitching and defense to kind of let you get your way back into this game. A 1 pitch, that's fouled off. So big opportunity here for Jensen. Get a strikeout. He delivers. That's going to be hit down to Ficka at first base. Steps on first. Looks to find another out. Can't do it. So Georgetown gets an out, but an RBI ground out for Meggs as it scores North from third base.
Number 24, Nolan Clifford.
And makes it a 9-0 Creighton advantage. Here's Nolan Clifford. Clifford's been on base both times so far today. And misses way outside. I don't think Jensen's got much of a grip on his breaking pitches. Struggling with that release. 1-0. Again, way outside. Lozano on deck. Had the first big hit in that 8-run second inning, 2-run double. And then Grace finished things off with the 3-run homer. 2-0. That's going to be hit out to left field, and it's going to get foul. Two one. That's going to catch the outside corner for strike two. Two-2 pitch. That's in the dirt as Carplotti smothers it, but counter run full, 3-2. Good news for the Blue Jays, or for the Hoyas, I should say. Nobody on first base, so runners can't get off with the pitch. Didn't really affect things last time for Lozano when he hit that double. 3-2. Clifford ropes it over the head of Ficca into the corner. That's going to score both. Clifford will be content to head into second base with a 2-run double. And adds on some more. It's now Creighton 11, Georgetown nothing.
Now batting for Creighton, number 23, Tyler Lozano.
So Gillen and Sailors both in. And now George Capon will come on, and I think that will be it today for Cody Jensen. Rough start to this one for the Hoyas. New pitcher coming on. We'll tell you all about it after this quick pause. Creighton up on Georgetown 11-0 here in the top of the third. New pitcher on for the Hoyas is grad student transfer from Davidson, Alexander Fenton, 6'3", 210-pound grad student from Pineville, North Carolina.
Now into the game for Georgetown, number 20.
Fenton on the season, 7 appearances, 14.21 ERA, pitched 6 in the third innings. 8 hits allowed, 11 runs, 10 of those earned, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Opponents batting .333 against him. So Clifford at second base. Lozano in the box. Fenton delivers, and a little sidewinder crossed up Lozano there. Didn't expect to see that. Fenton, couple looks at second, comes home. That's ripped down the line, but foul. So that time Lozano was ready for it, but couldn't keep it fair. O2 pitch and swung and missed. They're going to say it was on the transfer. So say it caught third strike. And then he'll get the Hoyas out of the inning. But Blue Jays put 3 more on the board. Head to the bottom of the third. They lead the Hoyas 11-0.
The score is Cody Bowker.
Here's the freshman, Cody Bowker. Marco Castillo will follow. And then Gillen in left field takes a strike. Carpellotti will be up third this inning. As Wyndham misses outside. These long innings have not affected the Creighton righty in the least. Gave up the hit to Hyde back in the first. As he delivers, misses low. Count goes 2-1. Erased it with the fielder's choice. The very next batter by Eze. Then trio of flyouts in the second as Bowker takes. Count goes to 3-1. So Bowker going to try and get something started here for the Hoyas. And he will bounce it down to third base. North fades back, throws over in time to get Bowker for out number 1.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 21, Marco Castillo.
Here's Marco Castillo. Castillo, the hero of that win over Maryland earlier this week. With the RBI double in the 10th. As that's in for a strike after Hoyas blew a 4-run lead in the 9th inning. And Castillo will hit it out to center field, and playing on the hop is Sailors, so Castillo on the board with a hit.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 41, Owen Carpellotti.
Here comes Carpellotti, and yeah, talking to Edwin Thompson, you know, you could kind of tell he gotten close a couple times against Maryland over the last few years and really wanted to get that win, and looked like they kind of had it in the bag. And then the Terps took advantage of some Hoya miscues in the 9th. Carpellotti will take it off the leg. So Hoyas got a chance to get back into this one.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 45, Ubaldo Lopez.
Hoyas again had that 4-run lead in the ninth against Maryland, and then actually still had a chance to get out of it. Dropped fly ball, let Maryland get the tying runs. But Castillo with the go-ahead RBI double as Ubaldo Lopez takes a strike. Oh, 1. Lopez takes, that's a ball. Who became up huge in that Maryland game. 2-run homer, solo shot, 2 for 4 in the game, as he'll take for ball 2. Hyde on deck. Always trying to climb back into this one. That'll miss outside. Count goes to 3-1. Pitch, that'll miss. So first walk of the game for Wyndham. Now the bases are loaded.
Now batting for Georgetown.
It's one of the Big East's best hitters coming to the plate, and Jake Hyde. Hyde had that really tough start, but he has come on as of late as he takes inside for ball 1. Such a great season for Hyde last year. And Hyde will get this one through. That's 1 run at least. They're going to send Castillo around. Carpellotti, excuse me. And he scores as well. So Jake Hyde gets the Hoyas on the board with a 2-run single. It's now Creighton 11, Hoyas 2. Gotta love the approach from Hyde there. Didn't try to do too much. Just put one through the hole and scored 2.
Georgetown, number 1, Michael Eze.
Ligso comes back after the mound visit. And Eze comes to the plate. Eze takes, that'll miss for ball 1. Last time out against UMBC, Eze 1 for 4 with 2 runs scored. Big day against Maryland, 3 for 4 with a homer and 3 RBI. And he'll take for strike 1. One pitch. That'll miss. As he takes, going to get off the glove of Ligso. That's going to let both runners advance. Hyde down to second, Lopez down to third. So now, single likely scores them both. We saw it earlier in the week. Hoya was able to score 10 against Maryland. Big outing against UMBC as well. As Eze takes a strike. Thought it was ball 4, had taken off. Looked a little high, but umpire said no, and some comments from the crowd did not like that call. Craig Alden behind the plate today. So count to go 3-2 with 1 out. Hoyas trailing 11-2, but trying to claw their way back in. Ficka's on deck. Pitch, and that'll miss way outside. So now the bases are loaded for Christian Ficka. And meeting at the mound. No one warming up in the Creighton pen. So pretty quick there from Ed Service.
Now batting for Georgetown,
Ed, the uncle of Mariners manager Scott Service. Had a chance to talk to him, how proud he is of Scott, and that's in for a strike. Scott Service, a Creighton Blue Jay, and all the Creighton alums in the majors. A 1 pitch. Ficka takes outside. Always a solid batting eye out of Christian Ficka. One. Ficka will take. So now count goes to 2-1. Eze at first base. Hyde at second. Lopez is at third. Wyndham getting the signs, checking the wristband. Comes home with a 2-1. That's in there for strike 2. Kretschmar on deck. Ficka trying to get the Hoyas back into this matchup. Wyndham's 2-2. Ficka hits it out to right field. Not deep enough, I don't think. It will not be. Caught on the warning track as Lopez tags up from third. He comes in for the third Georgetown run as Ficka got just underneath of it. Could have put 4 on the board. Instead, only 1. Now an 11-3 game in Creighton's favor. So Ficka with the RBI, Lopez in from third. Here's Austin Kretschmar. Bergeron on deck. Pitch, and now bend the knees of Kretschmar in for strike 1. Kretschmar flew out to left his first time up. And just misses the outside corner there. Austin, transfer from Stanford. Here's the 1-1 as a bluffs at first base. That's going to miss. Wyndham gives a smile. I think he thought he had that one. Craig Alden doesn't give it to him. Throw over Eze back in. I think he thought he had Mike not paying attention, but the number 1 back in. Eze on the season, 12 of 12 on stolen base attempts. That misses high and away, so count will go to 3-1. Bergeron on deck. See what Wyndham gives Kretschmar here. Kretschmar hits it out to center field. Going back is Sailors, and he will watch it fly. Home run for Austin Kretschmar, a 3-run shot. And the Hoyas are back in business. They now trail Creighton 11-6. Kretschmar, exactly what the Hoyas needed, the Earl Weaver special. And still a hill to climb, but it's no longer the mountain.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 23, Andrew Bergeron.
Bergeron up. He'll take up and in. Wyndham delivers, and he'll hit it the other way. This one could be trouble. Grace going back, and he'll run out of room. Back-to-back go the Hoyas. 3-run shot for Kretschmar. Bergeron a solo. We got a brand new ball game, folks. It's now Creighton 11, Georgetown 7.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 24, Cody Bowker.
So now the Hoyas have batted around. The one positive, I guess you say, or two positives if you're Ed Service. One, you still have the lead, as Bowker will have his knees buckled, but that misses inside. But secondarily, Wyndham with only the one walk and the one hit by pitch, it's made it a little more manageable. That's why that inning got out of control, but really, Hoya is almost matching that 8 spot that Creighton put up in the top of the second. 1-1. Bowker, big swing and a miss at the breaking ball. One, two, and Bowker takes. Greg Alden says no. So count runs even at 2-2. And Bowker will take. That's outside. Creighton fans not happy. They thought that was a strike. Bowker hits it the other way, but that's going to get foul and going to hit off the top of a van out there. And that's the Nationals Youth Academy van. But hit it right off the top. Bowker bidding for back-to-back-to-back. And he'll foul this one straight back as he scatters a few of the Hoyas behind home plate, charting pitches and running the gun. So Bowker on that one. Wyndham takes a long look at that wristband, hoping to get the right pitch. 3-2, and Bowker will foul this one away as one of the Hoya softball players went chasing after it. Castillo on deck. Had a good battle going right here between Wyndham and Bowker. And Bowker will foul this one off his foot. He grits the teeth and gets back in to swing the lumber again. They had a lot of action in this one, folks. Only 3 innings in. 3-2, and Bowker up the middle, and that's going to be in there for a base hit. Wyndham had to do the old 1-2 to get out of the way of it, and Bowker wins the battle.
Now batting for Georgetown,
Keeps the inning going.
Marco Castillo.
Here comes Marco Castillo. Castillo singled last time up. Earlier this inning, came around to score. And there's life back in the Hoyas. Wyndham delivers as Castillo. Alden says he swings. Castillo doesn't agree. Thought he held up. A 1 as Castillo hits it down to third base. North makes the play, throws to second in time to retire Bowker for the third out of the inning. But the Hoyas score 7 on 5 hits. No Creighton errors. 1 left on base. It's now Creighton 11, Georgetown 7 after 3 complete. Grace, Hayes, and Haligso. As Alexander Fenton will remain on for the Hoyas. Got the last ounce of the third. He delivers, and that's in there for a strike. Grace just kind of shaking his head. That funky arm slot throws you at first. And that is going to miss. I can't remember if it was Lozano or Clifford, but first one saw a pitch like that, kind of froze them, and then the second pitch they saw, they roped it foul. That's going to miss. A couple folks moving down in the Hoya pen, but nobody throwing. 2-1. That's in there for strike two. Grace smiles. Has a quick chat with Craig Alden. Fenton delivers. That is in there for strike three. Bends in. Grace pulled the arms out of the way. Grits his teeth walking away. He'll hey, discretion, better part of valor. Did not think it was a strike, but he goes down looking for the first out here in the fourth inning. Here comes Sterling Hayes. Hayes singled and scored a run in that 8-run second as he takes a strike and struck out swinging in the same inning. Oh, 1. That's fouled off. Big chance here for Fenton. That big ERA. Earn some more innings. 0-2. That will miss. No, Carpellotti likes it. Nods back at. Points the glove at him. One, two. And that'll hit him in the back. That one didn't bend, and that is the fourth hit by pitch from Hoya pitchers so far today.
Now batting for Creighton, number 22.
Of course, Jensen hit 3 in a row. Fenton saw work earlier this week against UMBC, pitched a scoreless inning, did hit a batter in that inning. And that's going to miss high through 8 pitches. Last outing before that was last weekend at Seton Hall. Pitched an inning in the third, gave up 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. 1-0. That's in there for strike one. One. That's going to be hit out to shortstop. Kretschmar goes in the hole, gets the out at second, over to first base, and he is in time. Wow. Thought Haligso beat it.
At the middle of the fourth inning, the score is
umpire thought differently. Hoyas turn 2, get out of the inning. Head to the bottom of the fourth. It's Creighton 11, Georgetown 7.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 41, Owen Carpelati.
Hoyas back to the top of the lineup as they'll continue to look to chip away. Now at a 4-run deficit. Was 11 starting the previous inning as Carpelati takes for a ball. Creighton with 8 in the second, then 3 in the third. Had the Hoyas down 11-0, but Hoyas put a touchdown on the board as Carpelati hits this one out to center field. It is high, and this one is out of here. A moonshot to center field. Sailors was eyeing it up, thought he might be able to rob it. It just kept going and going and barely got out of here, but it did, and the Hoyas 1 run closer. Now Creighton 11, Georgetown 8. Carpelati homered last time out against UMBC. Does it again here. And now that Creighton bullpen gets going a little harder. 1-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. Told you before, Wyndham pretty much a converted reliever, but has done very well as a starter this year as Lopez gives this one a charge, and again, Sailors runs out of room. Hoyas go back to back. It's now Blue Jays 11, Hoyas 9. When I talked to Ed Service yesterday, he really wasn't familiar with this park. When they played the Hoyas last time 2 years ago, it was at College Park. And I kind of explained to him, I said, if this field, it can play differently depending on how the wind goes. And if it's blowing in, it's tough to get them out. But today, it's pretty still, blowing out a little bit. And the Hoyas are taking advantage as they put another one out of the yard. New pitcher coming on for the Blue Jays. We'll tell you who it is after this quick pause here in D.C. Name is Vitok. Malachi Vitok, yeah, sorry. New pitcher on for Creighton. It's right-hander Malachi Vitok. On the season, Vitok pitching to a 4.50 ERA in 8 appearances, 10 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, 6 runs, 5 of those earned, 5 walks, 10 strikeouts, 2 doubles allowed, 1 homer. Opponents hitting just 176 against him. Vitok, 6'1", 210-pound sophomore from Elkhorn, Nebraska. So here comes Jake Hyde, who kind of got all this started as had a 2-run single to start that 7-run rally as Retakes pitches low for ball 1. Here's your 1-0. Retakes, that'll be fouled off the facing of the Georgetown dugout. Ed Service telling me that Retakes kind of came out of nowhere the last few weeks. He throws 88 to 90, pretty good breaking ball. Those funky mechanics makes it tough. Had 11 appearances last year for Creighton. As Heidel roped that one out to right field, and Grace will watch it go as the Hoyas go back to back to back, and they're back into this ball game. It's now Creighton 11, Georgetown 10. Tell you what, folks, it's 5:26. I think the Nationals are taking batting practice down the road a little bit. Hoya is taking batting practice right now as they are unloading on Creighton pitching, getting themselves right back into this game. Ed Service kind of called it. He said, look, you got to score a lot of runs against the Hoyas because that's what they do. That'll miss outside for ball 1 to Michael Eze. Retakes delivers. Eze will foul that one off. He kind of jumped on it. Looked like he was going after that one. Here's the 1-1. Eze takes. That's on the inside corner. Mike didn't like that one. Last year, Creighton swept the Hoyas out in Omaha. Played at Charles Schwab Field. 1-2. That is going to be bounded. Could be a tough play. North throws over, and a nice dig out of the dirt by Clifford to get Eze by a step. Georgetown
now batting for Georgetown, number 7.
Lost those games 8-5, 12-1, and 12-2 as Christian Ficca will come up. And it's one thing playing out at Schwab as the home of the College World Series. This misses outside. Tough ball. Tough part to get balls out of, so it kind of neutralized the Hoyas' power a little bit. 1-0, and Ficca ropes it the other way. That's going to be a base hit. So Ficca, the tying run is on base. Normally you don't talk about that until the late innings, but after you get down 11-0, it's notable. Kretschmar had the 3-run homer last time up. Has a chance for a 2-run shot now. If he does, the Hoyas will have the lead. 2 innings after being down as he shows bunt, takes it for a ball. Remember, Georgetown at the top of the 3rd inning, the bottom of the 3rd inning, excuse me, was down 11-0, and they've scored 10 runs since. 1-0 as Ficca bluffs, and Kretschmar takes for a strike. Pitch. That is going to miss outside, but wrapping up that point, again, at Charles Schwab Field, that's where they play the College World Series, and it's famously a tough park to get balls out of, especially considered to Rosenblatt Stadium where they played the event for so long. They probably neutralized the way power a little bit as Kretschmar hits this one down the line. It's going to stay in the park as Ficca coming into 3rd base slides in. Austin Kretschmar with a stand-up double, and now the Hoyas have 2 men in scoring position as Andrew Bergeron will come to the plate.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 23, Andrew Bergeron.
Bergeron, one of those back-to-back homers in the 3rd. Right now, single will put Georgetown ahead. Bergeron fouls this one off, jumping on the first pitch. Wild game so far. Creighton Scored 8 in the second, 3 in the third to take an 11-0 lead on Georgetown. Hoyas fired back with 7 in the bottom of the third, and then 3 here in the fourth. That's in the dirt. Good block by Heligso. Cody Bowker on deck. Bergeron hitting his first home run of the season last inning. 1-1. Bergeron takes. That'll miss. No action right now in the Creighton bullpen. Hoyas do have someone throwing down there. 2-1. As Bergeron takes for ball 3. Hoyas in the midst of a 2-game winning streak. The pair of midweek wins. 3-1. Bergeron hits it the other way. That's going to score the run. RBI ground out for Andrew Bergeron as Ficka comes in from third base, and we've got a brand new ball game. Double 11s. Creighton 11, Georgetown 11. What a comeback for the Hoyas in basically 2 innings. So now Cody Bowker can find green grass. He'll put the Hoyas on top. Vitak delivers. Bowker takes outside for ball 1. What a pivotal opening game of this series. 1-0. That'll miss outside. Again, looking like both teams going to have to use a lot of bullpen. Bowker takes. That's going to miss for ball 3. Castillo's on deck. Bowker takes. That's in there for a strike. Vitak trying to rally back here and get the third out. Keep it tied. 3-1 pitch. Bowker hits it the other way, but foul. So count will go full at 3-2. Bowker with 9 RBI on the season coming into this one. 3-2. And Bowker takes for strike 3. So Vitak comes back, but not until the Hoyas put 4 on the board and tie it up. After 4 complete, it's Creighton 11, Georgetown 11. New pitcher on for the Hoyas here in the top of the fifth. It's Garrett Keogh. Keogh on the season has made 18 appearances, so more than half the games for the Hoyas he's pitched in. Hoyas 19 and 15 on the season. Keogh, 4.50 ERA, 3-0 record. Again, 18 appearances, 1 save, 18 innings pitched. He's allowed 21 hits, 12 runs, 9 of those earned, 13 walks, 30 strikeouts, 2 doubles, 3 homers. Opponents batting .276 against him. Last time out for Keogh in that matchup against Maryland. Pitched 2/3 of an inning, allowed 2 hits, 4 runs, 2 of those earned, as he'll put a strike in to Ben North, third baseman for the Blue Jays. Had an intentional walk in there in his total of 3 walks. 1 strikeout. That was earlier this week against Maryland. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Keogh's 0-2. That's in the dirt, picked by Carpellotti. So on Tuesday, Keogh came in to pitch, walked the first man, then a single from the second batter, got a fly out from the third batter, walked the fourth batter. Here's the 1-2. And swing and a miss. And Carpellotti didn't need to apply the tag, did it anyway. Gets the first out.
Now batting for Creighton, number 20.
On the strikeout.
Dillon.
But then Keogh gave up a 2-run single, made it 9-7. Then almost got out of the inning, but dropped fly ball, let Maryland score 2 runs to tie it up, as that's in for a strike to take Gillen, the number 9 hitter. Hoyas would then walk a batter intentionally, and then Everett Catlett came on, got the strikeout to end the inning, get it to extras where the Hoyas eventually won. 0-1 pitch, that's inside. Called a ball. So again, issue in that game more than anything was the walks. Got to throw strikes. 1-1 pitch, that misses way outside. Right now, though, the Hoyas have gotten themselves back into this one. So strike throwing will be key, as that's going to be hit out into right field and in for a base hit. Hyde plays it off the hop and gets it in. So Gillen with the 1-out single, as he's reached base all 3 times today. First time via the hit by pitch and back-to-back singles. And that'll roll the lineup over to Nolan Sailors. Throw overhead, a man leaning, and bad throw that Ficka had to go the other way and grab. Might have had a shot if it had been on line, but Gillen dove back in, and Ficka shows off his great defense over at first base. Pitch to Sailors, who swings and misses in the dirt, throw down, and advancing is Gillen. So he'll get himself into scoring position on the wild pitch. Carpellotti has had a tough day back there. Done well, just a lot of balls in the dirt he's had to give the body up for to keep in front. 0-1. That's misses high. Keogh, the transfer from Holy Cross in his second year with the Hoyas. Edwin Thompson doing a great job with the transfer portal. As that misses outside, Keogh hoping to get it. and he didn't. Doing a good job of getting guys of multiple years of eligibility left, especially with COVID. Buy into the program and done some good things for this Hoya team, as that misses outside, and now Keogh in danger of walking sailors. Inside move and back in plenty of time was Gillen. Kretschmar giving signs. Out at shortstop. Trying to keep Gillen close. Gillen 4 for 4 on stolen bases this year. That misses outside, and Keogh hurt by the walks earlier in the week. Gives one up there, and now Creighton with 2 men on.
Now batting for Creighton,
comes Andrew Meggs.
3, Andrew Meggs.
Meggs has struggled this season after back-to-back all Big East second-team selections. Ed Service said, still the same great person, as you would never know he's struggling like he is. Breaking ball in there for a strike. But you know he would love to break out as we head down the stretch of the Big East season. Oh, 1. That's in the dirt. Carpellotti got to find it. He does, and Gillen stays down at second base. Nolan Clifford on deck. He's already had himself a big day. Keogh delivers. That's high. Craig Alden says no, and count goes to 2-1. Fifth inning, tied at 11. Been a crazy one so far. 2-1 pitch, and that misses inside. So count now goes to 3-1. Keogh in danger of walking back-to-back batters. And that is in there for strike 2. So count to go full at 3-2 with 1 out. Here in the top of the 5th inning. Creighton's got 2 men on, trying to take the lead back after they surrendered an 11-run advantage. Again, throws back to second base, and back in plenty of time is Gillen. Keogh delivers and swung on and missed as Meggs, something taken off and could not connect. And that's a big strikeout for Keogh. Now Nolan Clifford will come to the plate.
Nolan Clifford.
As Georgetown pitching, trying to put a second straight goose egg on the board. There's Clifford already today. Singled in the first, walked in the second, came around to score, and then the 2-run double in the third. That's going to miss for ball 1. Talked about it before. Clifford, the normal starting shortstop for Creighton, but got banged up, and they moved him over to first base just to kind of lighten his load. And, of course, being a shortstop, plays a good first base as that's in for a strike. Early on kind of was lagging at the plate, but started to heat up, and they've brought him back up into the middle of the order. Expecting to see some time at shortstop as they throw down to second base. Kretschmar has to grab it and try to bluff on Gillen to get him off the bag, but Gillen well aware where the throw went. Kretschmar gave that quick look out into center field. One. That's in the dirt, blocked by Carpellotti. Seems good a time as any for any Creighton fans watching. This is a completely turf field, so say in the dirt. It's not really dirt, it's carpet. Red carpet for the base cutouts and green carpet for the grass, but it is all artificial turf. Two-one. Swung on and missed, off speed as Clifford was way out in front. Now Keogh one pitch away from getting out of the inning. Hoyas, this is their practice field as well as their game field. Hoyas jumped around a lot last year, played about 5 or 6 different venues for home games. 2-2. And Clifford just gets a piece of it to stay alive. Yeah, Hoyas last year played at Shirley Povich Field, grass field up in Montgomery County, home of the Bethesda Big Train College Summer League. Played games out at Bowie, the minor league stadium. A few different spots as well. 2-2, and that'll miss up high. So count will go full at 3-2, and runners will be off on the pitch. So Clifford, chance to score a 2 if he splits a gap. Again, now stepping off this time, though, throw down to second base. Another big at-bat in a game full of them so far. 3-2. And that is in there for strike 3. Clifford can't believe it, but Craig Alden rings him up. Hoyas strand 2 Blue Jays as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning. It's Creighton 11, Georgetown 11. Nine, 1 and 2 for the Hoyas here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Marco Castillo will lead it off as Malachi Vitak stays on and misses outside for ball 1. Vitak came on in the 4th after Carpellotti and Lopez went back-to-back against starter Wyndham, as that's in for a strike, and proceeded to give up a home run to Jake Hyde, a solo shot. Here's the 1-1, and almost hits Castillo. Had to bend out of the way of it. Vitak would give up one more run. Svika coming in. That's fouled straight back. So count goes 2-2. Vitak delivers, and Castillo dribbles it down to third base. Could be a tough play, throw over, and in time. That took a funky hop on North off the carpet, but still able to field and get Castillo by a step. So back to the top of the order, and Owen Carpellotti. And Carpellotti perfectly played his Hayes as he makes the catch off the line drive for out number 2.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 45, Ubaldo Lopez.
There's Ubaldo Lopez. So after this game got crazy for about 3 innings, it's seemingly calmed down again. And it's in for a strike. Lopez with his 3rd homer of the week earlier today. 0-1, that'll miss outside, evens up the count. We had the 2 against Maryland. Went hitless yesterday against UMBC, or 2 days ago against UMBC, but scored 2 runs as Lopez fouls that one off, and he's now down 1-2. Hyde on deck. Vitak hesitates, comes home, and almost hits Ubi. Gets out of the way of it. Two-two. That's going to be hit down to third base. North Fields throws over in time to get Lopez. So Hoyas go down 1-2-3. 5 complete in D.C. It's still Hoyas 11, Blue Jays 11. Lozano, Grace, and Hayes, 4, 5, and 6 for Creighton here in the top of the 6th inning. Blue Jays saw their 11-run lead evaporate in the span of 2 innings, as that misses high, and still plenty of time for the Blue Jays to get a lead back. A wild series opener between the Hoyas and the Blue Jays. This will be in there for a strike. One. That'll be fouled past the coach's box on the third base side. One, two. That'll miss outside. Carpellotti couldn't even get a glove on it. The Hoyas have beaten the Blue Jays in Edwin Thompson's tenure, but it's only been once. As they swept the series in Omaha last year, the Blue Jays did. 2-2. This is going to be fouled down the line, out of play. Hoyas played the Blue Jays, as I referred to earlier, in a 4-game series in 2021. Creighton took the first 3 games. Hoyas won the last one in 10 innings. 2-2 pitch. That's going to be fouled. If I remember correctly, the game was won on a sac fly. Andrew Chufo brought in the winning run with the sac fly. That's going to be hit out to left field. Could be trouble. Bowker going back, and it is going to be out of here off the scoreboard. So after the Hoyas home run magic, Creighton with some of their own. Tyler Lozano goes deep, just gets it out. Creighton has the lead back. It's now Blue Jays 12, Hoyas 11.
Now batting for Creighton, number 34, Jack Grace.
Here comes Jack Grace. And almost hits Grace. Grace, of course, had that big 3-run homer cap off the 8-run second inning for the Blue Jays. That'll miss inside. Two-0. Big swing and a miss as Grace going for the downs. And again, this ballpark, it can play small if the wind is not a factor. Now, if the wind is kicking up, it can be tough to get a ball out of here. 2-1. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. Of course, we've seen the Hoyas homer in any park, just like they did last year. Not on the same pace right now, but they have definitely not shied away from the home run, as that will just miss. Count goes full, 3-2. Keogh delivers, and that is going to miss inside. So after the home run to lead off the inning, Keogh walks the next batter. And Creighton,
now batting for Creighton, number
bidding
2,
for a big inning to get a sizable lead back. But right now, for Edwin Thompson's trying to find guys who can get the ball over the plate consistently. This killed the Hoyas today. Pitch in there for strike one to Sterling Hayes. Oh, 1. And they'll say that Hayes offers. Runner stays down at first base. Creighton has worked 5 walks today, in addition to 4 hit by pitches. So Hoyas have surrendered, in essence, 9 free passes today, which is just too many. 0-2. That'll miss way outside. Tough to beat a team like Creighton. Going to give them extra chances. 1-2 will just miss. Haligso on deck. Keogh trying to get the put-away pitch here. 2-2. That misses outside. Got some action in the Hoya bullpen. Edward Thompson would prefer to use as few pitchers as possible in this one. Big rest of the series to go, but it's in the dirt. Keogh loses it. Back-to-back walks.
Now batting for Creighton, number 22, Hogan Haligso.
Here comes Hogan Haligso. Carpellotti taking a long look into the bullpen, or into the dugout, I should say. Hoyas playing the corners in, expecting a bunt here, likely. As Keogh steps off, trying to keep Grace close. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and Keogh throws it over his head. Haligso yet to get a hit today, as he's grounded out twice and grounded into a double play. Shows bunt and gets it down. Keogh's got to field it now. He won't field it now. Everyone's safe. Ficca stayed at the bag. Miscommunication with the Hoya infielders.
Now batting for Creighton, number 11, Ben North.
Now bases are loaded with nobody out, as Creighton bidding to put a big lead back up on the board. And now George Capon will come out, and the Hoyas will go to the pen. Creighton up 12-11, bases loaded with nobody out. We'll take a quick pause and be right back here at EC. New pitcher on, it's Everett Catlett. Came on, one of the heroes of the Maryland win earlier this week. Pitched an inning in the third, got out of the jam in the ninth, and finished things off in the 10th after the Hoyas had taken the lead. Struck out 3 that day, allowed no hits, no base runners in that contest. On the season, Catlett, 10 points, 1.2 ERA, 1-1 record, 12 appearances, 1 start, 10 2/3 innings pitched, 12 hits, 14 runs allowed, 12 earned runs, 9 walks, 14 strikeouts, 2 doubles, opponents hitting .279 against him. So Catlett will take on Ben North, who takes outside for ball 1. Catlett missed all of last season due to injury, but back now. And hopefully, as he misses inside. Talked about it before, where pitchers have not been able to find the strike zone today. 2-0 swung through for strike 1. Two-one. That's on the inside corner for strike 2. Catlett delivers, and North can't get the bat off his shoulder, almost throws it down in anger, but Catlett with the looking strikeout. Big first out of the inning. Now Tate Gillen will come up. And we talked about the free passes. Jensen gave up 3, also hit 3 batters. Fenton didn't walk anyone, did hit a batter. Keogh walked 3. That's why the Hoyas are in the spot they're in right now. As Catlett tries to get them out of the jam. Hit the other way. That's going to be in for a hit. 1 run is in. They're waving the run around. He'll stop him. And throw comes all the way home. And it looked like base coach was waving the runner around, and Hayes held up, and good thing he did, as Bowker had him at the plate. But RBI single for Tate Gillen, his 3rd hit of the game. It's now Creighton 13, Hoyas 11. As Grace comes in from 3rd. Top of the lineup in Nolan Sailors. As Catlett catches the outside corner for a strike. Catlett, local product out of Prince William County, just down I-95 from D.C. That's going to be fouled away. So quickly up 0-2 on Sailors. Of course, tough matchup for lefties, but Gillen kind of took all that out of play, just went the other way with it through the hole. Hoya outfield will shift towards left field as Catlett misses outside, so count goes to 1-2. And Catlett got work as a starter in his freshman season. Then consistent there, then missed last year due to injury, and has worked mostly out of the bullpen this year. And that's fouled away as Sailors didn't trust it, was making sure he got a piece to stay alive. Might have been ball 4. One, 2, and that's fouled away. So saw this earlier in the game. Creighton hitters figuring out a way to foul one off. So can Catlett find a put-away pitch to get a big second out? Base is still loaded. 1-2. That's low. So count goes to 2-2. 1 out. Creighton up by 2, 13-11. Creighton ran out to an 11-run lead. Hoyas scored 7 in the third, 4 in the fourth. And now a timeout called as Kretschmar going to come in and talk to Catlett. But then we had a scoreless fifth. Then Creighton put up 2 here in the top of the sixth. A lengthy game so far. Started at just after 4 o'clock. Already at the 2-hour and 10-minute mark. Two-two. And that's hit the other way, and that is going to get foul. Two-two. Hit up the middle. Catlett almost gets a glove on it, but does not. 1 run's in. Second run coming around. Throw coming home. They'll let it go. It's offline, and Creighton puts 2 more on the board on the 2-run single from Nolan Sailors. Blue Jays back up by 4, now 15-11.
Now batting for Creighton, number 3.
Oh, so close to a line-out double play. Catlett almost got a glove on it. Bunt shown, pulled back for a ball as Meggs at the plate. So Hayes and Hiligso score. Gillen out at second base. Sailors is at first after the 2-run single. High throw off the glove of Eze, but Kretschmar there backing up. Still action in the Hoya bullpen. Creighton pretty quiet out there. 1-0. That'll miss. So at this point, advantage Creighton when it comes to pitcher usage. Vitak came on and relieved Wyndham. We'll see if Blue Jays go to somebody else. Shows bunt, takes a strike. Count goes 2-1. Again, we're only in the 6th inning. 26 runs on the board so far. That's still a lot of time left to play. 2-1. And it's hit to Eze. Steps on second for 1 over to first. In time, double play. Hoyas end the inning, but Creighton puts 4 on the board. They have a 4-run lead, 15-11 on Georgetown as we head to the bottom of the 6th. 3-4-5 for the Hoyas. As Jake Hyde at the plate, Vitak delivers. Hyde will hit it to second base. Easily playable. And out number one as Meggs throws him out at first. Top of the sixth, Creighton with 4 runs on 4 hits, no errors, 1 left on base. Lozano with the leadoff homer, then 3 walks in a row. Set the stage for Creighton. Vitak delivers to Eze. Mike takes for a ball. So far today, Eze grounded into a fielder's choice to end the first. Shows bunt, pulls it back. Vitak misses. Then Mike walked in the third, came around to score, then grounded out to third base in the fourth. 2-0, excuse me. That'll miss high, so Vitak in danger of issuing the 4-pitch walk. Ficka on deck. Here's the pitch. And Eze takes, and it's a strike. Again, Mike thought he had a ball 4. That did look a little inside, but Craig Alden says Vitak caught part of the plate. 3-1. Eze fouls this one away, so Vitak with a pair of pitches to get back to full after going down 3-0. Eze will line this one in for a base hit just to the right of Hayes. So a 1-out base knock for Michael Eze.
Number 7, Christian Ficka.
As Georgetown tries to fight their way back into this one again. I'll bring Christian Ficka to the plate. Here's the pitch. That'll miss outside for ball 1. Throw over. Eze back in with no tag from Clifford. To have some action in the Creighton pen. I believe that's Tommy Steyer. As that's in there for strike 1. So, not positive on this, but Christian Ficka played in the Valley League last year for the Harrisonburg team. And Craig Alden umpires in that summer league, so probably not the first time they've run across each other. Throw over. Alden's also done some Georgetown games this year, so, but to have some experience. 1-1 coming up as a nice lead, and back in, and he's in safely. Matchup tomorrow between these two teams scheduled for 5 p.m. Supposed to have rain in the District of Columbia. That'll miss outside. Noon start on Sunday, and they're going to call a balk. So Vitak called for a balk. That'll send Eze down to second base. Might actually have some rain coming soon. So what else do we need? 11-run comebacks, rain. 1-1. That'll miss outside in the dirt. Be interesting. Possibly some thunder activity. So I might be playing beat the clock at some point. 2-1. as Fickle will ground this down to first base, fielded by Clifford, and he steps on the bag for the second out of the inning as Eze advances to third.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 9, Austin Crutchmar.
Here comes Kretschmar. Kretschmar had a big 3-run homer in the third, and now looks like Ed Service is going to bring on a reliever. So Vitak came on in the fourth and will leave with 2 outs here in the sixth. Hoyas have 1 on as Vitak leaves. New pitcher coming on for the Blue Jays. We'll tell you who it is after this. Tommy Steyer on for Creighton, grad student out of Elkhorn, Nebraska. Started his career at Omaha, 5'11", 170-pounder. Steyer has struggled this season.
Now pitching for Creighton, number 13, Tommy
Dominant
Steyer.
last year, made the second team all Big East.
For Georgetown, number 9,
but is
Austin Crutchmar.
Really had issues this season. Trying to get him back on track. Kretschmar stands in. Steyer delivers, and he takes for a strike.
Okay, I'll give you 2 after.
0-1, that's in there for a strike. Has 3 saves on the season, but Ed Service says they use him as early as the 6th inning. And he can get you 12 outs, can get you 2 outs, whatever you need, he can do. 0-2 pitch as Kretschmar takes, as that one went all the way across the zone. And Steyer, pretty durable for a smaller guy. Not that big. Different look, but he just said that Coach Service that just the walks and hits by pitches this year have been too high for Steyer to be successful, as that's going to be fouled off. You can see that ball just rides across the zone. He said normally Steyer's got good control, but it's hurt him this year. Trying to get a big out get the Blue Jays back in the dugout with a 4-run lead. 1-2. And Kretschmar takes a ball. Wow. Steyer thought it was a strike. Eligso thought it was a strike. He was trying to make sure he caught it cleanly. But Craig Alden, the guy who's most important, did not, and count goes to 2-2. Bergeron on deck. Kretschmar tries to keep the inning going. 2-2. Kretschmar hits it out to center field, but it should not drop in. It'd be playable, and it is by Meigs, who makes the catch in short right center. So Hoyas leave one on at third. After 6 complete, it's Creighton 15, Hoyas 11.
Now batting for Creighton, number 24, Nolan Clifford.
Everett Catlett remains on for the Hoyas as he delivers to Nolan Clifford for ball 1. Clifford, Lozano, Grace are scheduled hitters. 3, 4, 5 here in the top of the 7th. Creighton leading by 4. Catlett delivers. That's in there for a strike. Catlett went to Colgan High School, public school in Prince William County in Virginia, just down I-95, as that's a ball. Mascot for Colgan is the Sharks. Catlett delivers. That misses outside. Now, when I remember, I've not heard of too many teams called the Sharks. There is one, Long Island University, who actually made the NCAA tournament in baseball last year, played in the Maryland Regional. They are the Sharks as well. That'll be hit out to second base as they play in the outfield. Throws over to Ficca for out number 1.
Now
that'll bring up Lozano.
Number 23, Tyler Lozano.
And, of course, Long Island University, made by the merger of LIU Post and LIU Brooklyn. I believe Brooklyn was the Terriers. LIU Post, which I think was CW Post at one point. That's hit out to left center field. Could be trouble. Bowker going back, and it looks like he'll have room, and he does. Just off the warning track for out number 2. So Lozano gave it a ride, but not enough.
Now batting for Creighton, number 34, Jack Grace.
Here comes Jack Grace. Grace had the 3-run homer, capped things off in the 8-run second for Creighton, as that's low. Yes, LIU Post used to be CW Post. 1-0 pitch. That is in there for a strike. Believe that's the alma mater of one of my former colleagues, Travis Demers, the voice of the Portland Trailblazers. 1-1. That's hit the other way, but foul. So Catlett, one strike away from getting the Hoyas back in the dugout as they look for another comeback after rallying from 11 down. Credit Creighton for not folding. Credit the Hoyas for not folding, too. Swing and a miss as Grace goes fishing. Catlett gets the strikeout. So a 1-2-3 inning. First of the game for Hoya pitching. Actually, second of the game for Hoya pitching. Creighton up 15-11. We're stretching in D.C. as we head to the bottom of the seventh. Seven, 8, 9 for the Hoyas. Bergeron, Bowker, Castillo, your scheduled hitters against Tommy Steyer. And Steyer bends one in for strike one. Bergeron hit his first home run of the season earlier when he went back-to-back with Austin Kretschmar. Hit this one out to shortstop, fielded by Hayes. Throw over, it's in the dirt, but picked by Clifford for out number one.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 24, Cody Bowker.
Here's Cody Bowker. Steyer delivers. Bowker fouls this one off. Bowker grounded out to third in the third. Here's the pitch. Takes inside. Then later in the third inning, where the Hoyas scored 7, he singled, then was erased on a fielder's choice, then struck out looking an inning later. Bowker takes outside for ball 2. Steyer delivers. Bowker takes for strike 2. Bowker currently hitting .254. Again, 1 for 3 today with a strikeout. 2-2. Steyer delivers. Misses outside. No action right now in the Creighton bullpen. 3-2. Bowker will hit it down to third base, fielded by North, throws over, and in time, just in time, get the speedy Bowker by a step.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 21,
Comes Marco Castillo. Talking to Ed Service, he talks about how that this Blue Jay team, the program really, it's kind of been built on pitching and defense, and really they have a throwing program that they rely heavy on for their fielders. As this has popped up, Castillo sends one out into the Bermuda Triangle, but fighting his way through it is Hayes for out number 3. So 3 up, 3 down for the Hoyas. 7 complete. Creighton up on Georgetown, 15-11. 6-7-8 for Creighton here in the top of the 8th inning. Sterling Hayes, Hogan Haligso, and Ben North, your scheduled hitters. Everett Catlett into his 3rd inning of work. Here's the pitch to Hayes, misses high and away. Catlett came on for Garrett Keogh in the 6th inning. 1-0. That's going to miss. Keogh had given up a solo homer leadoff shot in the 6th to Tyler Lozano, then walked the next 3 hitters. Catlett came on, got a strikeout, but then gave up back-to-back run-scoring singles. That misses inside, so now Hayes up in the count, 3-0. Gillen had an RBI single, then a 2-run single for Nolan Sailors. And that's how we've got to this 15-11 score. 3-0 pitch, that's in there for a strike. Now, we touched on it, but Hoya pitchers have not been able to find the strike zone today. Started with Cody Jensen. He struggled. 3-1. That's in there for strike 2. Jensen walked 3, hit 3 batters. Fenton came on. He didn't walk anyone, but did hit 1 batter. And Keogh walked 3. 3-2. And swung on and missed as Carpellotti puts the tag on. Hayes just waved at it for strike 3.
Now batting for Creighton, number 22, Hogan Haligso.
Hogan Haligso. Breaking ball in there for a strike. Catlett trying to make quick work of the Blue Jays as that misses outside. Haligso came out of high school, the number 1 ranked catcher in Nebraska. Some good college programs out there. 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Long time Nebraska was pretty good. Creighton, a very solid program in the Big East. 1-2. And misses inside as Haligso put the legs out to make sure he didn't get hit by the pitch. Haligso closed 2022 with 7 multi-hit games. 4 of those came in the final 10 contests, so really was hot down the stretch. Breaking ball outside, and now count goes full. 2-3-2. Ben North on deck. Catlett delivers, 3-2, fouled away. So at this point, Catlett with his longest outing of the season. Previously it was 2 innings versus UNCW. 3-2, that's fouled back. Again, back in 2021, Catlett got some time as a starter. Longest career outing came against Virginia Tech back in May of 2021. Pitched 4 1/3, allowed just a run in that contest. 3-2. That'll be hit out into right center for a base hit. Bergeron cuts it off, gets up, throws it in, and throw is offline. And a double for Hogan Haligso. His first hit of the game. Puts a runner in scoring position for Creighton with 1 out here in the top of the 8th.
Now batting for Creighton, number 11, Ben North.
Good job by Bergeron to get over there, but throw was offline. Still might not have had him even if it was on target, but Offline, had no shot. Here's Ben North. He'll take for a strike. No action in the Hoya bullpen. Actually, there is some action right now. My apologies. Steps off and in the dirt, no tag. Oh, 1. That'll miss. North so far today. Reached base twice, both via the walk. Came around to score both times. So struck out his last 2 times up. Once against Catlett. 1-1. Way out in front on that. Took some off, and North almost came out of his shoes. Number 9 hitter Gillen on deck, who hasn't hit like a number 9 hitter all today. He's reached base all 4 times. 3 times via single, 1 via the hit by pitch. He was the first of those 3 straight hit by pitches from Cody Jensen. It really helped Creighton blow this one open early. Outside, count goes 2-2. Two-two. That's in the dirt as Carpellotti keeps it in front of him. Three-two pitch. Here it is. Breaking ball in there for a strike. As again, North able to get the bat off his shoulder. Catlett with some knee bucklers. And that's 2 outs here at the top of the 8th. Here comes Gillen. 3 for 3 on the day, with a pair of runs scored. That's in the dirt. Carpellotti again keeps it in front. Hoyas in their black jerseys today. Creighton in their royal blue with gray pants. And George Capon going to come out. And I think this is just going to be a talk. I would think, but they go to the pin or not. So wild one so far today. We've mentioned a few times, but if you're just joining us, Creighton scored 8 in the 2nd inning. Then they scored 3 more in the 3rd. Hoyas then scored 7 in the 3rd on the strength of back-to-back-to-back home runs from Carpellotti, Lopez, and Hyde. Then the Hoyas scored 4 in the 4th to tie the game. We went scoreless in the 5th. So that was a change. And then in the 6th inning, Creighton would score 4 more and take the current 4-run lead they have at 15-11. Catlett throws to second base. And plenty of time. Hugso gets back. Here's the pitch. Gillen takes for strike 1. Gillen's average after today up to 288. Hitting 269 on the season with runners in scoring position. Catlett steps off. Trying to keep Aligso close. One. That's on the outside corner for strike two. Top of the lineup for the Hoyas. In the bottom of the eighth, Catlett would love to get them back into the dugout. Down only 4. Here's the pitch. That's in the dirt. Another good block by Carpellotti. So Catlett in some uncharted territory, at least since his freshman year. Here's the pitch. That's going to be hit out to Eze at second base. Fields has to hurry, but gets it over in plenty of time for the third out of the inning. So Creighton strands a runner at second. Head to the bottom of the eighth. Blue Jays up on Georgetown, 15-11. Top of the order for the Hoyas. Carpellotti, Lopez, and Hyde.
Carpellotti.
Steyer for Creighton into his third inning of work as Owen takes on the outside corner for a strike. And was the one thing Ed Service concerned about Steyer being around the plate. He has today. Doesn't have a strikeout, but has a pair of pop-outs and 2 ground balls. Working fast to Owen, and it taken up high for ball 1. Here's the pitch. Way out in front is Carpellotti. He is upset with himself. And first strikeout of the game for Steyer for out number 1.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 45, Ubaldo Lopez.
Here's Lopez. That'll miss inside for ball 1. One out. That'll miss low.
Go on, Tom. Can't walk in.
Pitch from Steyer. That misses outside, so Lopez takes. So count goes 3-0. Hyde on deck. Steyer delivers, and that is on the outside corner for strike 1. And Lopez fouls this one off.
Let's get it.
Ben Gobber now in right field for Grace. Three-two. Lopez takes. It's low for ball 4. So Ubaldo trying to start the rally, takes the walk. Now bring Hyde to the plate.
For Georgetown, number 6, Jake Hyde.
Hyde with a pair of singles and a solo homer today. That is in there for strike 1. One of those singles back in the third, knocked in 2. Part of the Hoyas' big 7-run inning. Hoyas going to need another big inning to prevent a loss today. As Hyde will hit it out to center field. This one's playable for Sailors, so will come in and make the grab for outs number 2.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 1, Michael Eze.
So Michael Eze coming up. Eze 1 for 3 today. Stiers delivers and misses inside. Eze, the junior from Downingtown, Pennsylvania, as he'll bounce it and foul down the third base line. Count at 1-1. Stier checks the wristband. Comes set, a little bit of lean, and delivers. As Eze fouls this one away, he's down 1-2. Still nobody working in the Creighton bullpen. 1-2 pitch as Eze will bounce this one foul, stay alive. Ficka on deck. Stier again will deliver the 1-2. Eze stays alive, just gets a piece of it. Stier with a little smile on his face. And he's got Eze trying to stay alive. 1-2. And misses outside. So count goes to 2-2. Almost past the 3-hour mark on this one. Hoyas been playing pretty quick games, but you see 26 runs put up. Not normally going to be a quick game. 2-2. Eze takes, that's outside. So count go full. So Lopez will get off on the pitch. The helicopter flies overhead here at the Nationals Youth Baseball Academy. 3-2, runner goes. That misses outside, so Eze draws the walk. I'll bring up Christian Ficka to keep the line moving.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 7, Christian Ficka.
So far today, Ficka had a hit in the 4th, a sac fly in the 3rd. And he'll take for a ball. Kretschmar on deck. He was the first batter that Stier saw today. He popped out to second base. 1-0. Ficka takes low in the dirt. few folks moving now in the Creighton bullpen, but no one throwing. So could be Steyer's batter and probably a few batters through here. 2-0. Ficka takes inside. Count goes to 3-0. Steyer going to take some time here to try and regather himself and find his release. That is on the inside corner for strike one. Three-one. Ficka will hit this one to second base, fielded by Meggs, who throws over in time for the third out of the inning. So Hoyas will leave 2 on. We head to the top of the ninth. It's Creighton 15, Georgetown 11.
For Creighton, number 1, Nolan Sailors.
Leadoff man Nolan Sailors will start things off for Creighton here in the top of the ninth as Catlett delivers and misses for ball one. One-zero. That's hit up the middle. That's going to be in for a base hit as Bergeron plays it off the hop. So Sailors, his second straight hit and his 6th time on base.
Now batting for Creighton, number 3, Andrew Meggs.
Want to bring up Meggs. Shows bunt, pulls it back, takes strike. Meggs flew out in the first, hit by a pitch in the second. RBI hit by pitch, brought in a run. RBI ground out in the third. Struck out in the fifth, throw over as Ficka has to pick it out of the dirt. And grounded into a double play in the sixth. Clifford on deck. Lozano in the hole. Catlett delivers, shows bunt again, has to whip out of the way of it. It's coming high and tight. We're officially past the 3-hour mark. Game started at 4:02 Eastern, now 7:03. 1-1, shows bunt, gets it down. Catlett will field, throws to first base in time for out number 1 as Sailors moves down to second.
Now batting for Creighton, number 24, Nolan Clifford.
Here comes Nolan Clifford. Clifford so far today, 2 for 4. Had a double, driven in 3 today. Throw, tag put on, but back safely is Sailors.
So Neve and I sent him the schedule at the beginning of the year. Then he double booked himself for 15 days. And he said, you can't do it for 15 days. Because he just immediately says yes every day. So then we take him off the field for those veterans and training veterans.
Here's the pitch over the head of Clifford, and he ducked down. Would have caught one in the dome, likely. Here's the pitch on the 1-0. That's low. A little bit of rain falling, but not too bad. Some sunny skies out in the distance. 2-0. That's high and tight for ball 3. To have some arms warming in the Georgetown bullpen. No one up for Creighton, so looks like Steyer will finish this one off. Rio pitch right down Broadway for strike 1. Three 3-1. That's going to miss. That's an aggressive walk bat flip for Clifford.
Now batting for Creighton, number 23, Tyler Lozano.
With the rain starting to come a little harder as George Capon comes out, and a pitching change will be made. We'll tell you who it is after this. Creighton up 15-11 with 2 runners on here in the top of the 9th inning and 1 out. As Everett Catlett leaves, we'll pause at our nation's capital. New pitcher arm for the Hoyas. It's Aiden Head. And the transfer from D2 Kenyon College. 6'2", 215-pound senior from Clarendon Hills, Illinois. Head making his 8th appearance. 4.05 ERA. 6 2/3 innings pitched. Was well used last year. Pitched 26 times for the Hoyas. 27 total innings. As Tyler Lozano steps in. Lozano, big swing and a miss for strike 1. Looks like Kyle Sally warming up in the Hoya pen. Here's the pitch, and that's high for a ball. Ben Gobber on deck. He came on as a defensive replacement in the 8th. One. That's roped down the line, but it's foul. Just foul. Off the top of that fence that runs parallel with the foul line. About maybe 5-10 feet away. Lozano back in. Waves that orange and red bat. Breaking ball will be in there for strike 3. Craig Alden delayed the call, but Lozano goes down looking for the second out of the inning. There's Ben Gobber. Here's the pitch. That is going to miss high. On for Jack Grace. Gobber on the season hitting .119 as he swings and misses for strike 1. Got 6 RBI on the season, 17 strikeouts, 11 walks, 2 doubles, 1 homer. Head trying to keep it right where it is. A 4-run deficit. 1-1, breaking ball, that misses high. Two-one. That misses low, so count will go to 3-1. Sterling Hayes on deck. Sailors down at second. Clifford at first. That's fouled straight back, so count will go full, and the runners will be off with the pitch. Here's the 3-2, and that's going to miss. So a walk issued to Ben Gobber, and again, bases loaded for Creighton.
Now batting for Creighton, number 2, Sterling Hayes.
Second walk of the inning, issued by Georgetown pitching today. So Hayes stands in. Here's the pitch, and that's going to miss high for ball 1. Boy, pitching today has allowed 8 walks, 4 hit by pitches. 1-0. That's hit out to shortstop. Kretschmar should have time. Shovels Dese in time for the outs. And again, Hoyas strand the Blue Jays with the bases loaded. Hoyas need 4 to keep it going, 5 to win it. Blue Jays up on Georgetown 15-11.
Now batting for Georgetown, number 9.
Last
Austin
chance for the Hoyas. Kretschmar, Bergeron, Balker, your scheduled hitters. Tommy Steyer delivers. That's in for a strike. Steyer into his 4th inning of work. Got the final out of the 6th. Then worked a 1-2-3 7th. Got out of some trouble in the 8th as Kretschmar takes for strike 2. Ended up walking 2 in the 8th, but got Ficka to ground out to second base to end the threat. Steyer varies it up, and it's going to bite him as it goes the other way. Gobber gets over quickly and fields it as Kretschmar poked one right past Clifford. Didn't have enough on it to get by Gaber. Might have had extra bases, but instead it's a leadoff single, exactly what the Hoyas were looking for. Here comes Bergeron.
How about Kretschmar? 0 collegiate home runs, and now we're at 6 after today.
Here's the pitch as Kretschmar takes, or excuse me, Bergeron takes inside for ball 1. Bergeron homered first of the season in the 3rd. Had an RBI ground out in the 4th. And he'll foul this one off. Count goes to 1-1.
Year and a half. Really? Yeah. I mean, career record. Yeah, so
1-1. That's hit the other way, and that's going to be foul. Bergeron put a good swing on it, but could not keep that one fair.
So 4-year career record is 39. I'm saying for one person in their career is 38.
So Bergeron down 1-2. Steyer comes set and delivers. And that's going to miss the outside corner.
Hey, you wear pleated sweatpants.
2-2 count. As I believe we might have Tommy Steyer's family in front of us, literally. Here's your 2-2. And Bergeron hits it the other way. That's in for a base hit. Kretschmar will get down to second base, slides just to make sure. And the Hoyas have the first 2 on here in the bottom of the 9th inning.
Georgetown, number 24, Cody Bowker.
So Cody Bowker at the plate. Steele on deck. Edwin Thompson would love to roll the lineup over. Give that top group a shot at this, though. Of course, we've seen magic from the bottom of the Hoya lineup before. Bowker takes in for strike 1. Crazy game today, to say the least. 0-1 pitch, Bowker way out in front for strike 2. Creighton ran out to an 11-0 lead before the Hoyas reeled them back in 2 innings. 7 in the 3rd, 4 in the 4th. As Bowker takes outside before Creighton scored 4 in the 6th to take the current 15-11 lead. We've had no scoring since then. Steyer delivers. Bowker will hit it out to shortstop. Could be 2. Over to second for 1. Over to first base in time to play. Creighton defense. As Bowker hits into the 6-4-3 double play. Puts a serious cramp in the Georgetown threat. Bergeron retired at second base. And talking to Ed Service, references earlier, his guys have a throwing program they do every day. As that's going to be outside and thinking about breaking his Kretschmar. Might have been able to get there, but going to play it safe down 4. But he told me that coming into today's game, his guys had only 2 throwing errors on the season. That's pretty impressive. And said one was a pitcher fielding a bunt, the other was a catcher throwing down to second base, which those are always can be trouble. 1-0 pitch. Castillo fouls it away. See it right there. Blue Jays have been on point with their throws today. Turned a few double plays. Made some good plays in the field, but everything's been right on target. 1-1. And misses outside. Let's count 2-1. Carpellotti on deck. Oakland Castillo can keep this one alive. Steyer delivers. Castillo bounces out to second base, and Meggs will make the play to end the game. Blue Jays, after blowing the 11-run lead, score 4 in the 6th, and that holds up for the 15-11 win. Totals in this one: Creighton 15 runs on 13 hits, no errors, 9 left on base. For Georgetown, 11 runs on 14 hits, 1 error, and 7 left on base. Hoyas and Blue Jays will meet up again tomorrow. Scheduled 5 o'clock start. You can see it right here on Hoya Vision where you saw this game tonight. And the finale of the series will be on Sunday, a noon start time. So that'll do it from here in our nation's capital. Creighton over Georgetown, 15-11. For everyone who's brought you this broadcast, I'm Jeremy Huber saying so long. We'll see you tomorrow at 5.